making cars.
This video repair series covers a fully detailed and technical process of changing a blown head gasket on a Toyota Fortuner. For the 2TR gas engine, there is no current detailed video on YouTube or online for that matter, as of now. These videos will be a multi-part series that covers all the aspects of the procedure of doing this job from beginning to the end. Enjoy our hard work. Thanks for watching.
Now you know you got the timing right when that is correct.
This video is sponsored by Muscle Shirts, the premier online store for everything car related. Please check us out at muscleshirts.store and support us by getting one of our awesome products. We have a 15% discount for you at the checkout, link in the description, discount code below, 1 per customer, 8XYWFJS4JXA.
Here, and then it goes right in. Okay. If you release it, it's like a ratchet, so you push this down and it'll go right in, okay, before you install it, or as you're installing it. It doesn't have a locating pin to stop it from coming out, so you have to hold it with your hand. My vice grip's holding my cam from before when I took this timing chain off, so it hasn't moved. So installing it will be easy peasy. Items, those are the timing marks. 8 lengths apart, okay. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, they go right up here. One goes to this hole, the other one goes to the line.
Note there are 8 links between timing mark to timing mark.
See how it perfectly sets in? It's nice. I like to think ahead. And this one here goes to the crank area. Let's put these in first. Okay. Okay. The other one goes to the crank area. As you can see, it's already lined up. You just push it down with your finger like that, it's good to go. I know I'm gonna have a good day when I don't have anybody bugging me while I'm working. I don't know if I know there are much better mechanics online than I am, but for the professionals, you all know that You can't stand it when people sit here and ask stupid questions and bug you while you're working on a car, right? It's annoying. I don't mind helping out, but I'm trying to help myself right now, if you know what I'm saying. Okay, I use this device. You remember those rubber straps that you have and you strap on the back of your truck? Sometimes they snap because they stay in the sun too long. Well, you get the hook off of those straps, okay, and you use it to hold the chain, as you see here. This little trick minimizes the bullshit, so you don't have to worry about, your chain flopping around when you're putting the tensioner on, okay? And you thread this in here like this. Okay, once she's threaded in, you can take this out. And that's it. Bolt on position. Timing is done up here. This is good. Okay, a little bit off, so we're gonna have to turn that. There, she's on. Now we just have to put the tensioner and we're good to go. See guys, things are so much better when you use vice grips to hold on these stupid cam gears. I don't have a cam gear holder at this time, so I gotta do with what I've got. Okay, remember, this one's a little harder than the one at the bottom, but you press this down and then very hard to do too. You have to get you have to have a monster grip. Just a little bit. That's all you need. Okay, you guys see this little tab right here? While you're turning the screw like this, you're gonna have to pull this tab up just a little bit until the screw falls into the hole, or else you're gonna be doing this forever, okay? Just keep on moving it in and out, pulling this tab up and down, and eventually the bolt will go in, okay? That's another FYI for you guys. Another tip. Remember, there's 8 links. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, okay? And then 25 links from here all the way down to the crank. Okay, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25 is right there at the yellow dot at the crankshaft. So she's a go. Now we got all the what you call that, engine balancer timing set, engine cam timing set. Oh my god, I spent hours on this crap because I didn't know how to do it on this engine. Now I do. Trust me guys, I am a DIYer as much as you guys are. I'm good, but there are some engines I haven't worked on before, and this is one of them. 2.7 liter Toyota. Okay, she is a go. Alright, time to install the cam cover. Okay guys, a fully RTV cover looks like this. Okay, triple check your O-rings, not double check. Make sure they're all in here. This is the water jacket, the water pump, and this one is for the oil. Make sure nothing's off. And this one has its own gasket too. We're gonna put that on later. This is also for the water. You have to put it's best to put the RTV on first. Okay, because while this thing is banging around at the bottom, the oil pan tends to hit the suspension, and it might hit the chassis and remove the RTV. So what I found out, it's best to put it on and then let it dry. Do not put it on here because this is where the O-ring is. Excuse my voice, I got a little bit of a sinus today, so that's what we're gonna do. Okay, these are locator pins here. You don't put RTV on it. Best way I found to start putting the RTV is right here at the sides, in case it leaks. Most engine leaks come from the rear or the front. So you start here, you go all the way around, and you end up here, okay? That's what we're gonna do. It's best to put it in the middle, so that way you don't have an issue with it. Okay, there we go. Just all the way around the edge. And we'll let this thing dry overnight, and it will be ready to be installed. Okay, it'll be hardened but still pliable, so that's how we're gonna do it. We're gonna same thing we're gonna do with the oil pan. Okay guys, we're going to go in and install the crank pulley. Okay, you see I already have my mark there. Okay, you cannot hammer this thing onto the block like this. You have to use a special tool to install it. Most professional engine builders will tell you. Okay, so here's the original bolt that goes into the crank. Okay, and we have an adapter that would fit. This looks right. And here's my tool. We're going to go and assemble it now. Now we can use this side. Locking ring. Okay. Load bearing. Okay. The load side needs to be facing towards you. Okay. Then the screw, the nut.
completed tool. Now what this is going to do, you're going to go into the crank snout, and then as you're turning this nut, you see it? It's pushing this in more and more and more until it hits the crank, and then it's done. And then you just use this piece. You have to use this piece to hold this. Okay? You're going to need an open end wrench to hold this while you're turning this nut. And it'll push the pulley into the crank snout. And then when you're done, you back this off and then you turn this part out. And then it'll unscrew out, and then it does that. And your pulley is installed. Okay? That's how you do it. We're going to show you a live example here shortly. Okay guys, the next thing to do, which is very, very freaking hard without pulling the motor out, is to put the oil pan from here underneath the engine. Here we go.
Well, this is when I came to a realization that this should be done a different way. Stay tuned to find out which way it took for me to get this metal pan back underneath the engine where it belongs.
I forgot I have the timing cover on, so we're gonna have to come from the bottom. Okay guys, I'm gonna try and attempt to do it from the bottom. It's tricky as hell, but I'll give it a try. Tricky.
And I'll tell you guys why it's so tricky. The oil pan, the bulging part that's just hanging down, is in the way from pushing it in through the frame rail behind it. Okay, that's near the front of the engine. And also, the other part of the oil pan is slamming into the back part, actually the front part of the transmission, which is impossible to put it in that way. And to make matters worse, the power steering unit is also in the way. So the only way to get this damn thing in, and I got it in, was from the side.
Very tricky. Come on, baby. Well, son of a bitch, I got it in there. Damn. No, that was well, son of a bitch, guys. I think I'm gonna get this thing on today. Yeah, I gotta use 2 different jacks down. Don't forget these ground straps, very important, or else your computer is going to go to shit, either burning up or your car is going to run like ass.
You see these 4 bolts here that I have shown with arrow? Do not forget these, as they're very important when clamping down the O-ring for the oil passage and the oil pump.
Well guys, looks like the best way to get the oil pan in here is to tilt the motor sideways this way so you can get it in from the top. And then we'll put in the oil pickup tube with the oil pan still in there, and then I'll move it over to the side. Put on RTV on this particular engine, on the oil pan bracket, and also the oil pan before you put it back on the engine. Rule of thumb, guys. Okay, your kit should have gotten this particular type of gasket with it. Okay, as you can see, it's a crush type. It's a crush type steel gasket. You're not going to need any RTV on this.
If you notice the black coating that's on this gasket, left or actually front and back of it, that's a special sealant. As it is, leave it as it is, and do not use RTV. That's what it's for.
Do not use RTV. It'll come off and go right up into your oil pump and destroy it, okay? Has to be done dry. So use this. Doesn't matter which orientation, okay, here or this way. Orientation doesn't matter. Just make sure it goes on dry, okay, guys? Okay, here we go. Let's get this pickup in and then the oil pan on. We're gonna do this with the oil pan dangling down. That's the only way and the best way I know that it'll work. Okay, and then I'm sure you can get your hands free enough to go under there and tighten the bolts down, and you're gonna get a ratchet and you're gonna torque down the bolts. It's not gonna need much torque. Okay, there's 3 bolts to go up here. There's 2 nuts that's gonna go to the pickup tube, and this one bolt over here is going to go to the mounting frame, which is right here. Okay, all right, did you get that? These 2 nuts go to the pickup tube, and this one bolt goes to the frame. Okay, and that's it. And once all that's done and secured, then you can start putting all these bolt holes. Fill them, put the bolts back on, and she's ready to go. Once we're done with this, we're going to go do the rack and pinion unit. I got to put it back on here and over here. So yes, you have to take off the rack. You don't have to take off the rack and pinion, but you have to move it to the side, okay? And so I have to get that back on here. And then we're going to do the motor mounts, and then everything is done down here. Thank God. And then we have to put everything on the top and get this motor get this motor running. Make sure you don't hit the pickup into anything that's greasy or dirty. It's real tricky, I know, so you don't get any junk into the oil pan. Both holes, and that did not work. Shit.
And this is why I hate working on this engine. One of the nuts fell down into the pan, so I had to fish it out, and then I couldn't fish it out, so I had to pull the oil pan back out again and start all over again. Oh my God.
Oh no. And that's why. So I dropped both the gasket and the damn nut. She's good to go. Now you see why I had to put the gasket material on the oil pan first to make it harden, because if I didn't, all the bumping I would have done, it would have came right off by now and it would have been a mess, and there's no way I can get that RTV back on the oil pan from down here. So that's why you do it, and you let it dry 24 hours before you put the oil pan back up. It will still seal. It's just going to be a little thicker than normal because it's not going to be pliable. So you just torque it down until, you get a good torque onto it, and then it should be fine. Okay, and once I get that last bolt in there, then we'll start bolting up the oil pan, guys. So you just orient the oil pan out of the way like that, and then you can get access to this one bracket, okay? And then just tighten it down. If it cooperates, yes. And then you're done. Okay, let me tighten this thing up, guys, off camera, okay? Because my arm is about to fall asleep. I'm holding the camera, and I'm also tightening at the same time. It's quite difficult, okay? I'll get back with you. Now we're gonna...
Attention advertisers and potential sponsors. You're just a short email or contact from placing your ads with us. We can surely accommodate your company and increase your bottom line by showing our audience your wonderful products available for purchase. The products are not used or kept by us, but rather be given away to our audience for free, further increasing exposure of your product to more and more new subscribers, further increasing your chance of a sale here or in our secondary campaign by attracting new clients or subscribers attracted to your product given away by a raffle. It's a win-win for BBG Cars and your company.